Do you feel like you're doing everything right, but prosperity remains a long way off? In this eye-opening video, you'll discover the 5 surefire steps to align your energy with true financial abundance and ultimately manifest the money, opportunities, and freedom you deserve. How to clear beliefs that sabotage your prosperity, how to raise your frequency and attract more money, why acting like a have already changes everything, how to eliminate guilt for thriving, and the secret to sustaining your vibration until manifestation happens. A powerful, emotional, and practical guide for anyone who wants to get out of stagnation and create a rich life in every way. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more content on manifestation, law of attraction, energy, and practical spirituality. Like, share, and manifest with awareness. Maybe you're tired of hearing promises. Maybe you've tried visualizations, stated phrases in the mirror, made wish lists. And even so, money remains scarce, opportunities pass, and the feeling of stagnation returns like a shadow. If you identify with it, take a deep breath. This video is no longer an empty promise. It is a calling, an invitation for you to understand what really blocks and what releases the flow of financial abundance in your life. Because to manifest is not to wish strongly. To manifest is to align your energy, your habits, your beliefs, and your actions to a frequency where money doesn't just arrive. He stays, and it all starts from within. You may not know it, but your energy is manifesting all the time, even when you think it's not. With every thought, every emotional reaction, every choice you make, the universe reads what you vibrate, and it responds with surgical precision. If you vibrate fear of being absent, you receive more situations that feed this fear. If you vibrate guilt for wanting to prosper, you unconsciously reject any chance to grow. If you say you want money but vibrate insecurity and doubt, guess what happens? Conscious manifestation begins when you take ownership of your vibration. And this brings us to the first infallible step. Step 1. Clear the ground of the mind. Abundance does not grow in infertile soil. Imagine trying to build a new house on top of ancient ruins, full of cracks, or plant flowers in poisoned soil. This is what happens when you try to manifest wealth without first clearing the rubble of limiting beliefs. You can repeat 1,000 times that you are prosperous, but if inside you carry phrases like, "Money is dirty," "Only those who step over others get rich," "I wasn't born to have much," "It's wrong to want more," your subconscious will sabotage every attempt. And worse, you won't even notice. Cleaning begins with observation. Start listening as you talk about money. What words do you use? What reactions do you have when someone mentions wealth? Do you judge who has a lot? Do you feel uncomfortable imagining a full bank account? Do you think that if you have a lot, you can lose? These thoughts are like invisible viruses, and they need to be uninstalled. To do this, write down for 3 days everything you heard, felt, or witnessed about money in your childhood. Remember phrases said by your parents, situations in which money caused pain, fights, shame, or frustration. Then read it aloud and ask yourself, is this still true for me? The simple act of bringing these beliefs to light already begins to empty their power, because you stop being a hostage and he becomes the observer. What's more, repeat this process weekly. The more awareness, the more space you create. And it is in this space that the new begins to settle. A clear mind is like a fertile field, and only in fertile soil do seeds of prosperity germinate. You can say every day, "I want more money." But the universe doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. And here's the second surefire step to manifesting financial abundance. Step 2. Raise your frequency to become compatible with what you want. Everything is energy. This is not philosophy, it is physics. The money, the opportunities, the customers, the contracts, the windfall, everything vibrates, and each reality exists in a specific frequency range. Just like a radio, you only tune to the right station if it's set to the same frequency. The question is, what frequency have you been vibrating at lately? Anxiety, fear, lack, anger at being left behind, or maybe frustration, comparison, disguised envy. These emotions, as human as they are, put you in a frequency of scarcity. And everything you receive, coming from there, will be more of the same. The secret is not in attracting money, but in becoming magnetic to him. And magnetism is an internal state. That's when you vibrate enough for the universe to understand that you're ready. Not only asking, but sustaining the energy of, it already is. Have you ever seen people who look lucky all the time? That out of nowhere receive proposals, gains, gifts, open doors? They don't live on luck. They live in permission frequency. They believe, and so, receive. Now you may be wondering, how do I do this? How do I raise my frequency if I'm in debt, tired, feeling stuck? The answer is, you don't have to change your life to change your vibration. You need to change your state. You may be in a difficult place, and yet align with gratitude. You may not know how you're going to pay the bills, and yet keep the faith active. You may be in short supply, but act as the one who is planting abundance, and that's what changes everything. Start with small daily choices that elevate your energy. Listen to music that makes you feel powerful. Talk to people who inspire you, even if it's through videos or books. Change your posture when walking. The way you occupy space communicates to the universe whether you feel worthy. Visualize, even for 2 minutes, what your day would look like with twice as many resources. Feel, not as I wish, but as a reminder of the future. This practice sends a clear signal. You're ready for the next level. And an important detail, you don't have to wait to feel amazing all the time to vibrate high. The most potent frequency is not euphoria. It is emotional coherence. You may be sad, but at peace. He may be afraid, but in action. He may be tired, but with faith. It is this internal alignment that changes reality. You can do everything right. Mentalize, visualize, repeat affirmations, act with discipline. But if deep down there is a weight that says I shouldn't, I don't deserve it, or worse, someone in my family suffered for me to be here, the flow of abundance will be sabotaged. This is the third surefire step to manifesting money lightly. Step 3. Free yourself from guilt for prospering and unconscious loyalties to scarcity. This is more common than it seems. You may have grown up hearing phrases like, money doesn't bring happiness, rich is all selfish, better a little and honest than much is corrupt. In our family, no one ever had much, and without realizing it, you began to identify with it. Because to love the family, in the child's mind, is also to repeat their beliefs. It is to remain belonging. But here's the truth. Prospering doesn't separate you from your origin. It honors you. You don't have to repeat history to prove that you're grateful. You don't have to continue in pain to show that you're loyal. True family love is not suffering the same. It is to go beyond, and to pave the way for those who come after. Often the block isn't on you, but in an invisible loyalty to someone of his lineage who suffered with money. It could be a grandmother who lost everything, an uncle who was exploited, a mother who struggled alone. And you, without knowing it, carry the fear of overcoming them, as if to prosper was to betray. But thriving with awareness is the greatest healing gesture you can offer your ancestry. Close your eyes for a moment. Visualize that person in your family, the one who lived with little, who suffered, who struggled with the bills. Look into her eyes, lovingly, and say, I honor you, and for honoring you, I allow myself to go further. This permission is a key, and only you can rotate. If you want to go deeper, write a release letter. Talk to your mother, your father, your grandparents, even if they are already gone. Tell them, I don't need to repeat your pain to love you. I can be prosperous and still carry your name with honor. I don't separate myself from you as I grow up. I'll take you with me. These words dissolve an invisible weight, and they clear the way for the money to come without guilt, without fear. No self-sabotage. From this step, you don't just attract abundance, you become a safe channel for them. Because now, there is no longer any conflict between receiving and belonging. You have cleared beliefs, raised your frequency, and released guilt. Now comes the moment that separates those who desire from those who achieve. Energetic coherence with the reality you want to live. This is the fourth infallible step. Step 4. Act like you already have it, before the outside world confirms it. This is not pretense. It is vibrational alignment. You don't have to spend what you don't have. But he needs to start moving as someone he trusts. That it's ready. That is being prepared. Who behaves in a way that is compatible with what he wants to live. The universe responds to your stance. For example, do you want more money but still run away from spreadsheets, avoid looking at statements and keep saying, "I don't know how to deal with this"? Or do you already organize, follow, thank even the little you have, and demonstrate that you are available for more? Do you want to be paid well for what you do, but still charge as if you're ashamed of your value? Do you want to live with freedom but make decisions with fear, always waiting for someone's approval? Acting like someone who already has it is not arrogance. It's vibration of readiness. It is to show the universe, I am in movement compatible with what I want. And yes, even if circumstances do not yet show change, the manifestation begins in the invisible. The visible world is only confirmation. Start doing small actions every day that communicate this abundance. Organize your wallet with care. Dress with presence. Tidy up your house as if you already lived in a respectable place. Treat every value that comes in as fertile. Study about finance as one who is ready to manage greater wealth. These attitudes are not symbolic, they are magnetic. Most people give up in the interval between the order and the harvest. They think it's not working, that they've done something wrong, that the universe has forgotten about them. But the truth is that every demonstration requires support, active faith, vibrational confidence. It's like keeping the oven on until the bread rises. If you open the door too soon, the bread withers. The same is true of your desires. You need to sustain the vibration, like one who waters a plant before seeing the shoots. And here's a secret. The vibration you emit in the void determines what will fill your future. On difficult days, reinforce gratitude. On scarce days, celebrate what you still have. On lonely days, declare what is coming. Abundance comes to those who sustain its open space. Conclusion. Manifesting abundance is not about repeating mantras. It's about becoming someone capable of living what you ask for. It's cleaning up what holds you back. Vibrate what you believe. Heal what binds you to scarcity. Act like you're ready. And sustain that energy until it becomes matter. And it all starts with a decision. Today, you can continue to order, or it can start to become magnetic for everything it deserves. The universe does not deny abundance. He only waits for you to become able to receive it, and you're done. Leave it in the comments. Which of these steps moved you the most?